Hello, my crafty friends. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. So glad you're here. This is Sheree, and my channel is Turquoise Dreaming. So this is a little craft with me, and what I want to do is use this notebook. I don't want to put it away. I just want to use it because I almost threw it away because I'm moving my craft room from downstairs to upstairs, and I'm going through every little thing. You know what I mean? So I have to carry everything upstairs. And I was like, am I ever going to use this? And I said, maybe not. So I was like, put it in the throwaway pile. And I said, no, I think I want to use it. So I'm going to use it right now. But it's an old composition book. I'm not sure. I'll see if there's a date in here as we go through it. But see the little bitty, look at the little bitty wires here. They're tiny. They look old. They look almost rusted. I think they're just, aged though. I don't think they're not rusted. And it was originally 15 cents right here. So anyway, I want to see what I can use from this. So I want to cut the cover and the pages off of this little. I mean, I could unspiral it, but it's so tiny. It's so tiny, and the edges are probably like a little tattered anyway, like right here. And so I figured just cut it off, right? So I don't know if I can get this under here, or do I need to use my scissors? Let me try this real quick. See if I can get through here with, see how many pages I can get through with my paper cutter. So I'm just trying to get it straight on here. Oh, it actually fits right in between. See, here's the metal part and here's the plastic part that flips up. The little spirals fit right in between, so that's convenient. So let's see if it'll cut. Oh, okay, I'm too close to, let me move it over. I'm too close to the spirals. Okay, that's as far as they move over. Okay, let's try that. I don't think I'm cutting anything. I'm running into the spirals. Okay, I had to try, So let's see if we can cut this up. So I hope everyone's having a good day and that you enjoy this video. And I've been, today is the weekend, I'm making this video, and I got my son to move up another cabinet last night. It's one that's not very heavy, so he could do it, one of my sons can do it by themselves, you know what I mean? So they were both here, and one was going to move it up, and then he got busy with his daughter, and then he left, and then so the other one stopped by, and I was like, they were both here at one time, and I forgot to ask before they both left. Anyway, my younger son came by again later, and I got him to do it because I was trying to get it up there myself. And even though it's lightweight, it's a kind of, bulky and awkward to try to carry it up because it's like a double tall cabinet type with shelves in it. But it's lightweight, so I almost thought I could do it myself, but it was just too awkward for me to try to get it upstairs, you know what I mean? So my son's like, you're trying to get that up yourself? I'm like, well, I thought I could have got it to the landing down at the bottom because there's a step, then there's a landing, and then the steps to come up. So I got it to the landing. I thought, well, if I can get it to the landing, maybe I can get it upstairs, but no, wasn't happening. So I got it as far as I could, and he brought it the rest of the way up. So I was really excited because I don't know if you're watching my update videos, but at a point about a few weeks ago, I said I have had 5 more pieces of furniture to bring up. And so now that this one's up, I can organize whatever I need to organize in that. And then I only have 2 more now. 2 more pieces of furniture to bring. No, 3 more. Sorry. A shelf, an open shelf. Another one of the cabinets I just brought up, the lightweight one. That I said I thought maybe I could bring it myself. 1 more of those that has cabinet doors on it. 1 more open bookshelf. And then another, the heaviest piece, which I have a method to my madness in the order that I bring things up in. So, so far so good. So I'm going to bring up, I'm clearing out the one, I emptied this one out that I brought up yesterday that I got him to bring up because it didn't have a whole lot in it, right? So I emptied that one out, and I had that stuff in a bin. And then I'm going to see if I can make tags out of these covers. I think this is a neat old, you know, the color of this and everything. The inside, it looks better, of course, and less worn than the outside. So I figured I would glue things to this side, right? Even though I would be covering this up, it's just more worn here, and you can see a little kind of, I don't know. It's not bad, but I still would like to use the other side. So I want to cut these up. I'm trying to think though. They got rounded corners here. I'm thinking maybe I could use them as a whole. I could either cut them into like tags and drawing cards or use them as a whole. And for the pages, let me get these cut off and we'll look at the pages real quick. Yeah, so I'm taking the things that were in the other cabinet that I didn't bring up yet are, I have the top part is things I have for sale in my eBay shop. And the bottom half also, most of the bottom half of that cabinet that's still downstairs. So most of that cabinet, yeah, bottom and top. It has a bottom and top doors that open, separate doors, you know. Not one big door in the whole thing, but 2 doors on the bottom, 2 doors on the top. Anyway, most of that cabinet inside is things I have for sale. So since I emptied this one out and I have that in a bin downstairs, things I can go through and figure out what I want to do with them, I'm bringing the things up that I have for sale and emptying out the cabinet that's still down there and organizing them in this cabinet. And then that one will be empty and I can bring that one up. See, I have a method to my madness. So, yeah, so I just cut the spiral, metal spiral or whatever, O-rings, whatever you want to call them, off of this. And this is pretty old paper. Oh, here's a date right here. Let me see. 1955. Isn't that interesting? I love that. It's so old, right? This is old. This is old paper. I found this at a thrift store. It says music notation right here, so it's about music, you know. So I think I want to cut the holes off. Let's go ahead and cut the holes off here. So let's see if I can cut through all of these with my paper cutter here and cut the holes off. And then we'll deal with it. We'll see what we're going to do. Yeah, so that's my method of madness at the moment, and organization is getting things up here that I have for sale and put away into this cabinet. It's right here. I'll show you in the next progress update how it looks. And then I had things in the cabinet and things on the cabinet, things on the top of it, I mean. So those things are just things I crafted with and all of that. So, and those 2 cabinets with the doors I'm talking about right now, and the open shelf piece, not the heavy piece. The heavy piece is in my craft room still. And these other 3 pieces were in my my master bedroom. So nice to get this stuff out of my master bedroom and have my bedroom back. It was getting so close claustrophobic in there that I really was having a hard time. I mean, I could sleep and everything, and that didn't bother me. I just, didn't like it. I just, kind of really hated how it was looking and stuff. It just didn't look nice, so it was really bothering me that way. Okay, so this has rounded corners like the cover, and I said I wanted to glue. So let's see what's here. I kind of want to glue a couple on here if I can, a whole page, and then see if I can fold it in half and use it as, like a cardstock. It's basically a cardstock cover, and use it as a cardstock cover in a vintage journal. So that will be in the future. But let's just see what pages we would want to use. So this one says music notation. And here's some music notes and different, words and things. So that's interesting. And the back is blank. So I want to put it where you can see this. I would put it down like that. This one looks nice and neat, and there's kind of writing all over the whole thing. And that can be a background for something. Or if somebody really likes this, they can leave it exposed in their journal or add a little something onto the corners, a little journaling or whatever. This one is also very neat and organized writing. This one does have writing on the back, so I could use either side. I kind of like this side. I like the way this looks. This is nice, but I like this side best. So I'm going to put that side up. And then those are both pen, you know, pen. This is pencil. You can't see it as well. Both sides are pencil. So I'm going to put that to the side because that's not my favorite, but I will do something with it. Just maybe not during this video. This one is also very neat handwriting. I think I would love it if it was in pen and you could see it better. Here's all the different notes. Very interesting. If you know music and even a little bit, F forte, loud. That's cute. That's like somebody really learning the basics here. Staccato, the little dots. So I find this very interesting. And there's writing on the back. There's such nice handwriting. I just wish it was in pen on these pencil ones. Okay, so here's another pen. That's good. I'm really realizing I like the pen writing here. This one's not in cursive. I wonder if this is the same person because this is all printed. Some of the other ones are printed and I think printed and cursive. There's writing on the back. Very neat also here. Me to fa, me to so, me to la. You know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Okay, so I still like those two best that I already went through to cover these, but I'll just show you the rest of these real quick. So we got a pen on the front and back of that one, pen writing. Here's some more pen. Blank on the back on this one. And there's a lot of extra room right here. So, inversion of intervals there. And then here's pen and a combination with a lot of blank here and blank on the back. So, broken chords. Interesting, right? I mean, you just can't, I had to do something with it because it's just so, you know, I like originals. I like using original things, and it's so, you know, it's so perfect. And the thing is the handwriting, you know. We buy rubber stamps to get that handwriting, that cursive background. And here I have it in music notes and writing and handwriting and things. This is pencil on the back. And pen, a little bit of pen on this side. And just a little bit of whatever right there. So anyway, let's see. And this was the front page with only the music notation and the date right there. December 21, 1955. So, yeah, I find that very interesting. All right, so this side I want to use, and let's see, this was the back. Which side was it? Now they look similar. I think this side looks more kind of, you know, kind of like it's had more things touching it. Like, it's not a crinkle or a wrinkle. It's like a little mark on there, like just from where. And this side, well, this side's got some different colorations. I bet this was the outside. Okay, so we're going to put this here. All right. So what I thought was I didn't, like I said, I didn't know if I was going to cut these up or what. I keep finding little pieces of paper keep coming off. So that's why I want to get it something, I want to get this glued down so it doesn't, you know, fall apart. Well, let's see if it's going to fit on here. Oh, almost perfect. See, I need a little sliver off the side there. I'll just cut a little sliver off of this side. And then the rounded corners will fit right up into these rounded corners. That'll be perfect. In the back, let's see how that one's fitting. Probably the same, but, oh, I have to, oh, let me see. I've got the rounded corners over there. Let's see, let's turn it around this way, because it doesn't matter which way it is. There we go. And then that one needs a sliver off too. Okay, let's leave it. Let me not get confused here and just do one at a time. Little sliver off the side of this one. It's like 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch off about on the sides. If a little bit of the like the brown showed around this, I wouldn't care because I think that would actually look nice anyway. So, you guys ever watch videos about, I've been watching videos about this British family. They're very funny, I think anyway. And they watch videos of people, mostly British people, coming to United States and trying different things. So I've got a video going today on them watching somebody experience Buc-ee's for the first time. So it's pretty funny if you know what Buc-ee's is. If you're not in the southern United States or Texas, Buc-ee's is a giant gas station. That's the biggest gas station in the world. I think the biggest one is, what they say, in maybe Tennessee. But yeah, it's an experience. It's not plan on, if you ever go to a Buc-ee's, just plan on spending at least an hour there. So your first time you go, but especially because it's a whole experience. You get your gas, or you can charge, if you have an electric car, you can charge your car there. And then you can go in, you look at all the food, and you probably want to try something. So that takes time to make up your mind. And then you can shop. There's a whole store in there. You can shop for gifts or something for yourself or whatever, souvenirs. But it's not your typical tacky souvenirs. It's really cool stuff. And some of the prices aren't bad either, really. I mean, they compare to any other store where you would get those type of things at. So yeah, it's really neat, but it's fun to see them react to it because they don't have it in the UK, and so it's fun seeing their reaction, oh my goodness, because they have so many gas tanks outside too. That's the thing, when you first drive up, it's a big building, for one thing, and then you have, I mean, I never counted the gas tanks or the electric places where you can charge your electric car, but I don't know, there's probably 100 or more, maybe, I don't know. I would say there's probably 25. I would say there's about 100 or something like that, I'd say there's at least 50, because they've got a whole row of 25, and there's is there 2 on each one, each row that you pull into? So that would be 50 right there. And if they have 2 of those rows where you have 2 per, maybe they have 3 per, I don't know. I don't remember now. I was at one in August, but yeah, once you go to one and you get over the initial shock, it's kind of just, pull in, get your gas. You don't really, you notice, but you don't freak out over it like you do the first time you go to one. So it's funny. But everybody, old, and if you don't mind going to a place like that, I mean, it's not bad as far as the crowd or anything. So if you don't like crowds, it's not bad for the crowd because it's so big. Everybody's getting their gas, minding their own business. I never had anyone bother me there. And when you're inside, it depends on what time of day you go. I would say if you've never been to one and you're traveling and you want to stop at one, don't stop right at breakfast time, 8:30 in the morning. Go in between the typical breakfast hours and lunch and dinner hours. Otherwise, you could run into a large crowd of almost waiting in lines. I will say that I've never waited in line to pay for something very, very long. I pay for my gas on the outside. And then when you go inside, if you buy anything on the inside, if you buy some food or coffee or whatever on the inside, if you buy a little gift or something, they have the cashiers just getting you out. They have several cashiers there, and it just boom, 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 you're out of there before you even have to actually stand in line for, I don't think I've ever even stood in line for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? It's been a couple minutes and I'm out the door, so... Anyway, not sponsored by Buc-ee's. All right, that looks cool. So I used it. I'm so glad. So I would I don't think I'm going to cut these up. I'll use the other pages and put them onto like file folder or something, and then cut them up like a master board, or even put them, just use them like this also. But the color of the paper is so cool. For one thing, it's been around since at least 1955. If it was brand new and this person bought this notebook in 1955, it's been sitting around somewhere. Now let's see. So this side is this, which I think is cool. I want to see what it looks like folded in half. So I'm going to fold it in half. It would be a page in a journal like this. So it'll be ready to go. I'm organizing my books, you know, as I'm bringing them up. And I do have a lot of, I put 2 book pages and I'm organizing book pages. So I put 2 book page bundles in my shop. But I'm going to be, you know, those book pages I put in my shop, I have a lot of book pages that are not in books. So, and, you know, as well as scrapbook paper and all that. But I'm going to grab some of those. It might not be till January, but I'm going to grab some of those and just go to town, putting in those vintage book pages and stuff like this. So this is what's going to go in. I'm going to see, I kind of don't want to cut this down if I don't have to anymore. So I'm going to hopefully find a book that this will fit in as a whole. But I think that's really cool. That'll be, you know, maybe it doesn't look so cool, especially if you're new to junk journaling. You're like, oh, it's just an old page on a old cover. But when you put this stuff in, these things in journals, they just look so, I don't know, it just magically changes them into something really cool. So here's the other one. And I'm going to do the same thing. And this is permanent glue, you know, glue. I use the Scotch permanent glue stick, and this has worked very well for me. I had never bought it before, and then I bought a pack off of Amazon. I probably have it linked below if you want to see the exact pack that I got. It comes with a lot, like 24 or something, 22, I don't remember, something like that, glue sticks. So it was the first pack of these I ever bought and I ever tried. I'm glad I liked them because I had bought so many, but I figured I would. I think it was the first one I ever used anyway. I don't want to tell you a fib, but I think it was the first time I ever used them because I was looking actually for just the purple and the price was too high. Like for some, you know how the prices fluctuate on Amazon, just like anywhere else. And they had gone up at the moment. I guess it wasn't back to school time, so they weren't giving any deals. And so I ordered these instead because I was like, if I'm going to pay that much, I'm going to get permanent and not the temporary little purple glue. So, you know, back to school washable glue, whatever they call it. So I got these, and I'm so glad that happened because I love this glue for stuff like this, gluing down any kind of tissue paper, paper like this, you know, thinner paper that you don't want to use any type of wet glue or your Fabri-Tac on. You know, this is just works so well, and, you know, it works even better than, like, say you might be tempted to use Mod Podge on it because, you know, but Mod Podge, sometimes, even if you thin it out, it is wet, and it would either possibly make like bubbles or wrinkles underneath it if you try to use it underneath, even if you do it real thin. And you might, maybe if you're an expert at it, it would be okay. But I just like this is so much safer, and I don't have to worry about bubbles or wrinkles or anything. And Mod Podge, what was I going to say? Oh, sometimes it makes things a little like if you maybe have a tendency to put too much on because you want to make sure it's glued down really good. It could be like, make it crunchy, you know, and stiff and hard. So that's no fun. You know, if you can help it. I mean, if you can't help it, you know, it is what it is. But if you can help it, why not just do something like this? It works so well. I kind of really love the outcome and the results of doing it like this. It just looks so nice, and I don't have to sew around this or anything, or worry about it coming up, you know. If I want to sew around it, I can, just for looks, or if I want that extra security, but I don't have to. So, all right, I think I'm trying to make sure I got every like little piece covered with glue here. So that's the one thing I do with this glue stick, is just make sure I cover every little bit, and then I know every little bit is going to be glued down. So I do need to turn this over and glue it down before it dries, so let's do that now. So this is really cool. I'm so glad I didn't throw it away. I was very tempted, because I was just like, you know, it gets a little if you get overwhelmed with something like this when you're cleaning your craft room or you're moving your craft room, there's a tendency to get rid of things that you might regret, you know. So I'm trying not to do that, because I could see if I threw this away and then I'd be like, oh, I wish I had, you know, I wish I had that. That was so cool. Why did I throw that away? Or why did I give it to Goodwill or whatever? Okay, there we go. Another one. Another really cool. So you could put this on any cardstock. I just happen to have this cover. So you could use any cardstock or any thin paper in this same way. If you have any thin papers you want to save book pages or anything like that. You know, I've done it with a lot of different things. This does fold really nice. It doesn't like crack or anything, this cover. It's kind of like almost soft, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's because it's so old or that's just the way it was. This was when it was made originally, kind of whatever, you know. But my cardstock really doesn't crack. Really, it doesn't. So I don't know what. I know I've seen other people where they cardstock. I guess if it's super thick, maybe it cracks. I guess I just have the right cardstock where it's thick enough to be cardstock, but not so thick that when you fold it, it's going to crack, type of thing. So I don't have to put any kind of reinforcement here or anything. See, it's perfectly fine on both of these. And then you have this nice kind of really vintagey, and it's kind of, you know, shaded. You know, it's not just solid brown. This old vintagey looking brown surface here to do something on. And then you have this really cool old paper on this side that's now going to be fine because it's glued down onto this surface. And then I have several more here to do something with. So I will keep these now. I will not get rid of them. And I will probably get some file folder out and see if I can go ahead and glue these down and have these ready to go. I am looking at, as I bring my paper up, I folded, what else did I fold? Oh, I have some rice paper, and I went ahead and folded all, I didn't have a lot. Like I have like maybe 20 pages of rice paper, different colors, and I folded all those in half and got those ready to go. So I'll have, you know, when I do a journal, I'll be like, okay, and I have all these pages and they're already folded, and I can just collate them together, and I don't know, we'll see if it works. But oh, and I do the same thing with wrapping paper too. This is how I do wrapping paper too, unless it's really super thick. If it's normal, like not so thick, and or normally thin, when you get the thin wrapping paper, this works really good for wrapping paper. It looks so nice, and sewing patterns. If you want to save a sewing pattern that's fallen apart, glue it down onto some cardstock like the same way with the glue stick. It works really well. I've done it several times. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed this little quick saving and of the music book here, and this little craft, an idea to throw out there to save some old thin paper. And look how cool. We have some nice vintage pages for a journal in the future. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.